Here with more on the mega prisons now housing some more than 100 criminals deported from our country. Fox News contributor Sara Carter is with us. Sara, you know these prisons well. Tell us.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to visit the prison, CECOT maximum security prison in El Salvador last year, Sean, and it was incredible. The cooperation with President Bukele. He allowed me full access to the prison. I was given access to every corridor of that prison, as well as the director who spoke to me about how they were housing them, where these prisoners were coming from. And under the terrorism laws in El Salvador, Bukele was able to clean up his nation and remove these nefarious, horrible people off the streets that were holding his citizens prisoner. And I think the cooperation that you're seeing between President Bukele and President Trump is so significant. We cannot solve this problem in the Western Hemisphere without this type of cooperation, which is the reason why you saw President Trump extend such a grateful thank you to President Bukele over the weekend when they used the act to deport these terrorists out of our country, and Bukele was willing to hold them in this secure facility. This facility is like nothing I've ever seen in my life. And I've had the opportunity to visit other areas in the world, other prisons in the world. This is highly organized. These people are detained. They are all tren de Aragua. In fact, Sean, I spoke to several high-level sources this evening who said that everybody that was on that plane was either a tren de Aragua member from Venezuela or MS-13. All of these people are the most notorious gang members that you can imagine that were allowed in our nation under President Biden when he opened the borders and allowed people to come in here without any background checks. This is about protecting the American people. It is about protecting our national security, and it is about protecting the Western Hemisphere. And by the way, for those people that are crying about whether or not these people are given their due process, yes, they came in here illegally. They are being sent back. But what about the due process of the victims? What about Jocelyn Nungare? What about Laken Riley? What about all the other people that have been murdered and slaughtered by these people that have no loyalty to any nation, no loyalty to any person, and would do and have done the most heinous crimes, even to children? We know there are people within that group that are child predators. These are robbers. These are murderers. These are the worst of the worst. So I can tell you this, that El Salvador, I've spoken to officials in El Salvador this weekend. They are willing and ready to work with the United States government again. They're ready to work with President Trump. And I can tell you this, that in the United States right now, we have an administration that is sending a message across the globe. Do not come to the United States. You will be deported. You will be put in a maximum security facility. And we are now working with our partners in the Western Hemisphere to ensure that that is done. And the greatest partner right now is President Nayib Bukele, and he is willing to take them. And I think that's very significant.
And the President Trump did thank the president for his help and cooperation. And I think this is only the beginning. And as the Alien Enemies Act points out, it is well within his authority as the commander-in-chief to do so. And any dispute, I think, will be, summarily kicked out of court, probably by the Supreme Court, ultimately, if need be. Sara Carter, thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.